Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day for this. I want to get started and talk about our new daily sales huddle every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you've been able to attend, you've been able to get an idea of what we're looking to do on these sessions. So these are not mandatory, but these are all about a touch point on a daily basis where we're trying to our best to make sure we're bringing value to the front lines of our organization, bringing value to our loan originators. So yesterday, if you heard from Andrew Cady, great session, lots of energy, lots of positive direction, a lot of tangible takeaways, which is the key thing. What are the tangible takeaways that I'm going to take from this session that's going to help me build my business, help me provide a better experience, help me generate clients? That's what the game is all about. So again, every single day, we're identifying different loan originators, different subject matter experts, and we're bringing them to the broader audience. So we had over 100 loan originators on it yesterday. If you have ideas, if there's something you want to have focused on one of these sessions, please share them with Todd, Nicola, and Sam. But this is the single place we're going to have every single day for us to create that value. So make sure you're attending, make sure you're giving your feedback. And if you have something you want to present, make sure you let Todd and the team know, because we'll make sure we get you on this session. So all about adding value every single day, all about getting better every day. We are not going to allow ourselves to get into any type of rut. That's not going to happen anymore, okay? Last year we had, our weekly sales meeting, we had our weekly, peer-to-peer session. There's too many opportunities to get in a rut. We know how hard it is to win. We know how tough it is to compete. We got to make sure that every single day, if we find ourselves in that position where we're going backwards, we're a little bit off, we're not feeling the way we need to feel, we're getting that energy from our sales leaders, from our top loan originators, from people out there trying to add value. So it's all about getting better every day. Make sure you're part of that. We share the events link right in Workplace at 4 p.m. Eastern time every single day. Number two, we're going to talk about adding value. So this is a broad topic. This is like the mortgage industry, real estate industry's like word that, nobody wants to define is, everybody's talking about how they add value. It's such a broad, vague term. And at the end of the day, it's important that we can actually define, how do we add value? How do we add value to our customer? Okay. How do we add value to our real estate agents and partners? And as an organization, how are we adding value to our loan originators? These are clear things we need to be able to do. And the truth of the matter is, the minute that you're not adding value, you have to be able to be self-aware enough to know that you're replaceable. If you're not adding value, you are replaceable. So at every one of those levels, we got to make sure we're doing our part. So, if we're having a conversation with the consumer, what are we focused on? Are we focused on, hey, we're delivering the best rate, the best fees, the best client experience, the most personalized experience? We got your back. We're going to make sure that we're keeping you up to date throughout this process, so it's not a stressful process. We're also making sure that we're bringing transparency to the process to you. Make sure, hey, as the appraisal value comes in, it's the best value on the home. It's not like, hey, the lender has a relationship with the appraiser and it just comes in about, we got your back. We're focused on making sure you get the most transparent client experience ever, because you're going to be part of our community. You're going to be part of the people that I'm looking at helping build my business long term. I'm not looking at just this transaction. How are you positioning yourself with each one of those people? And at the end of the day, are you a transactional agent, or are you a relationship focused long-term person that's going to be part of their business? And this is what I really want to make sure we're doing, because I ask these questions every single day. Andrew's been here, Tyler's been here this week. They've overheard some of the conversations I have. When somebody's coming here, they're a branch manager, a market leader with another retail company, and they want to come to UMortgage. I say, hey, well, we don't really do the whole middle management thing. Help me understand what your value is. And that's where the wheels fall off. It's like, hey, if your only value is the ability to move people from place to place, well, the reason why you keep moving place to place is because once your value is no longer valuable, you see it's time for the exit sign. We don't play that game here. Be valuable, add value, and make sure you're not replaceable. That's the name of the game. That's the way I look at myself every single day. That's why we're doing sales huddles. That's why we're obsessing over client experience. That's why we're focused on building out our CRM and bringing those end-to-end client journeys that are best in class. All of these things are byproduct of making sure that we're not pretending to add value, but we're actually adding value in a data-driven way. So last thing here I want to say before I hand it off is, only the paranoid survive. Complacency builds and creates, success creates complacency. Complacency breeds failure, okay? When people get settled in, when people think they're entitled to something, okay, this is a big one. Mortgage industry is the biggest case of this. People thinking they're entitled to an override. People thinking they're entitled to a relationship. Hey, I helped develop this person. I'm entitled to get an override on them. Or, hey, I've done so much for my realtor partner. I'm entitled to their business. Like, that's not the way it works. You got to compete every single day. And I'm coming into every single day right now and saying, hey, how am I adding value to Mark Whitaker? How am I adding value to Jessica Eddy? How am I adding value to Chad Curran? Like, I'm going down the roster and I'm sitting there saying, as a company, we have an obligation to add value. Whether or not they're thinking it, whether or not that's a priority for them, whether or not they're happy or not, that's not my prerogative. My prerogative is being self-aware and being able to say, hey, as an organization, it's not my goal to be better than Fairway. It's not my goal to be better than Movement. It's my goal to add value, okay? So when you focus on the client and you focus on your customer, our customers are loan originators, it's all about the value proposition. It's all about making sure we're doing what we need to be doing every single day to make that contribution. Same thing with you. How are you doing that with your real estate agents, okay? Are you sitting there saying, hey, I'm waiting for my next deal? Or are you sitting there making an effort every single day to refer a client to them too? It's a two-way street. I hate it when people say, oh, I don't want my realtors thinking I can refer them clients. You got to become a referral machine. You got to become a value machine. You got to become a relationship machine. Every single day, it's got to be an obsession if you want to be successful in every market. If you want to be the guy that's only successful in the refi markets, okay, then take off 2023, see you in 2024. We want to be successful and we want to grow in every market. That's why we're growing. That's why we're successful. It's an obsession. Add value or you're replaceable. I'm going to hand it off and I'll be back soon.
Thank you for having me here today to share with you why I decided to join UMortgage. The absolute number one reason is the vision, creating life-changing opportunities through homeownership. This is something that I have taken to heart. It's been the why and the core of my entire real estate career. First as a real estate agent starting back in 2006, and then when entering mortgage origination in 2017, when I opened up my own mortgage brokerage. And that's pretty much how I have served my clients and approached my entire business. Is I wanted people to be better off financially when they encountered me than they would have if they did not encounter me. So when I saw the vision of UMortgage, it was a natural fit and it was definitely something that I wanted to explore further. And that led me to number two. The number two reason why UMortgage, it's the culture. Relationships, not transactions. This to me is really a top priority. There are too many people out in the real estate field that are just pushy salespeople. They're not advisors. And again, this is a principle and one that I had built my business on throughout being a real estate agent, then a mortgage brokerage, and now as a branch manager with UMortgage. So, next I wanted to look at the platform and look at what UMortgage could bring to me and what I can do for my clients. And the third reason is team. Newman Mortgage Group, which was my broker shop, was a wild success. I was doing very well. It was serving me well. I was serving my clients well, but I wanted to do more. And being a broker owner and wearing so many hats and doing everything didn't really allow me to serve all of my clients and sort of spread that out. Now having a team, which is what UMortgage is built upon, will allow me to get out there and serve more people with the vision and my why. Being part of a winning team, surrounding myself with professionals that are executing at a much higher level, that's how you grow and get better every day. That really is something that it drives me. It drives me every day to get up and try to help more people, find more referral partners, and really create that life-changing opportunity through homeownership. So during my first or next 90 days with UMortgage, I look forward to doubling my production and sharing the vision of UMortgage with fellow loan officers out there who are struggling right now during this down market with so much uncertainty. The momentum here at UMortgage is really something special, and it's something I want to share with others. If you're interested in learning more about the UMortgage platform, feel free to send me an email or send me a message. You can text me at 678-250-4500. Thank you.
What's up? Hey, I'm LeFore here, located in San Diego. And one of the topics that we're going to be talking about today is FHA spot approvals, what we also know as single unit approvals. Here in San Diego, condominiums are very common. And what's even more common is that they're not FHA approved. So in order to be able to have a client be able to obtain financing with FHA, they have to be able to be approved. People think that the process takes 1-2 months just to be able to do that, or that it has a long drawn out process, or that you need every single document under the sun, including the CCNRs, the financials, the budgets, the minutes, and that is just not the case. So I have been doing a lot of FHA spot approvals, and that's the reason why my topic is today. So what I've been doing is, in fact, actually front loading all of my work and getting these done in 16 to 21 days, literally, where we send them off to FHA within 24 hours. Actually, the latest one was 48 hours. Typically takes 3 to 7 business days for it to come back from FHA, still meeting your deadline. So what does the front loading aspect look like? So before my buyer actually goes out and actually puts any offers on any properties, I've investigated that complex already. So my buyer's agent will send me the list of the items, or excuse me, send me the list of the properties that they're looking at. Those addresses I will send over to my title representative, and that title rep will then pull 3 different reports. The 3 reports that are actually going to be applicable here are going to be the owner occupancy report, the investor concentration, and then also the FHA concentration. So starting with the owner occupancy report, that has to be at 50%. There is no exception when it comes to 35 and 45%. When it's specifically an FHA spot approval, it has to be at 50%. If you check the title rep, having them pull that report, now you know that in fact your occupancy is going to be there before you ever get into escrow. Then the second report is going to be the investor concentration. They will pull title, pull all the reports to find out who owns these different complexes, these different condominiums. And when they do that, they'll be able to see who one person or 2 people own more than 1 unit, how many of those do they actually own, and do those people own more than 10% of the units? Realizing that here in San Diego, we have way more than typically the 20 units. And so the 10% goes based off of 20 plus units. If you're under 20 units and you're in an area kind of like Chicago where they end up having less units in one complex, then at that point they have different rules. That is the owner occupancy, then the investor concentration. Last but not least, you're going to be looking at the FHA concentration. FHA concentration doesn't go based off of all the FHA loans that have ever existed in this complex. It goes based off of how many are actually in there right now, how many actually have FHA financing. And in that number, again, over those 20 units, you're looking at 10%. So these 3 reports are going to make or break your loan, because the FHA concentration doesn't get verified until after you've sent everything over to FHA. That owner occupancy and then the investor concentration is not verified until you pull your HOA cert. Those are 3 reports that you can do ahead of schedule. Tell that listing agent that, hey, I've done my work. I know that I'm good to go. So as long as your complex is not in the middle of litigation or has some special assessments, we should be good to go. Even looking at the reserves and the insurance, those are also typically not an issue. This is something that has been very big with myself. I've been able to get actually 4 done here in the last 45 days, under 21 days. And I have since become that condo specialist that now we can get these FHA spots approval when every other lender is running from them. So if you have questions when it comes to FHA spot approvals, are curious a little bit more about them, feel free to reach out. Again, my name is LeFore. I'm located here in San Diego. It's been a pleasure being here on our sales meeting, an honor for sure. And I look forward to seeing you guys all here on the next sales meeting. Thanks a bunch.
Hey everyone, Sam Abazari here with Chicago. As you know, we have opened up the loan officer coaching program and we're accepting applications. We're so excited for you to apply. We're so excited to work with you. We're getting a lot of questions about what is coaching, what's entailed in it, what's expected of me. Guys, coaching is so simple. You come to us, tell us you're committed, you want to grow your business, and we'll teach you how to be structured, what to do in your business, and hold you accountable so you grow your business. We're going to tell you who are the referral partners that you need to talk to, how often to talk to them, when to call them, how to follow up with your referrals, how to put your CRM down, how to post. We're going to tell you all of these things. It's nothing new, it's nothing revolutionary, but we're going to teach you to do it right. We're going to teach you to structure your day in a way you're not working 15 hours a day to just close 3 loans. And we're going to hold you accountable so you actually do it. We all need someone to watch us, to see how we work, and to keep us accountable. But what's expected of you? That commitment. We can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. So what's needed in terms of type commitment. We meet every other week for 45 minutes in our group of 5. So you're meeting with your coach and your group members every other week. On top of that, if you want, you can meet with me on the other week for 15 minutes. Or if you have any questions, you can call or text me. You can say, Sam, there's an emergency. I have a question. Who do I talk to today? I will help you out. I'll be there to answer your questions. On top of that, you will be asked to actually track the work you're doing. I can't help you if I don't know what you're doing when we're not meeting. So you will be asked to track your work. You'll be given forms. You'll be taught on how to track it all. So you don't have to worry about it. Again, the only prerequisite, the only requirement of you is that you're committed to the program, to the progress, and you want to grow your business. As I said, applications are open. They're going to be open until the 18th, but that doesn't mean wait till the last day to apply. This is in high school. We want your applications ASAP. Todd and I will be reviewing the applications this week and next week and start holding interviews to get our maximum group of 35 people together, schedule the meetings, and we will actually start the coaching on February 1st at the latest. So go ahead and apply. Todd and I are so excited to see who's applying and to grow with you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nicola Secco, and I've been asked to go ahead and talk to you about what maybe some of the loan submission best practices are. So for our LOs, why is the loan narrative, clear notes, and communication upfront important when submitting a loan? Well, I like to think of everybody that's on the whole loan as a relay race together. We're a team. The loan narrative is basically the baton that you're handing off to processing. So just like in the race, it's great if you get there to the next team member fast, but without the baton to hand off, you got to go back to the start. So it's kind of the same thing. A great loan narrative negates the need for a processor to call on the file other than to introduce themselves to you. This loan narrative should give the cliff notes of the transaction along with any details the processor should know, such as if the client can only be reached a certain way or a certain time, or if there's only one of the bars we should speak with. If there is a family issue, death in the family, those kind of things, please put those in the notes so we know how to handle our conversations correctly. How much follow-up is going to take place on each loan with all parties involved, borrower, title, and the realtors. I'm going to be honest, usually the borrower and their title closing attorney have the most follow-up given the transaction needs things from them to complete. The buyer's real estate agent is usually only contacted if we have a contract issue. We need FHA or mandatory VA real estate certification, or if we have appraisal issues, meaning the appraisal is subject to, or they can't reach anybody to schedule the appointment. I have never had a reason to interact with the listing agent as of yet, but if there's a reason, we will meet it. I have even had the agent be the main point of contact given that the borrower is busy. So she asked the real estate agent to handle communications, which is fine. Processing, we can usually acclimate to whatever contact is needed on the file as it's in the loan narrative and it's communicated to us. We'll do what is ever possible. How can the LOs and their loan coordinator work best together to ensure clean files are being submitted? I had someone tell me once that one of their goals in their job was to ensure the next person working on the file could do so without issue or complication. Being aware of the next person's role and the required task is going to be a big part of this. In order to set your file up and you tailor it with the knowledge of what the next person is required to do, then you shouldn't ever have a kickback or communication issue because you're setting it up for their success. So, and some of those things would be if you need the appraisal ordered immediately and title is still pending, communicate that to your loan coordinator. The more notes and narrative you put in, the less time will be spent going back and forth and resolving issues that come up for processing and the loan coordinators as well. So that's kind of the best I could give you as far as what's going to be the best practices for processing and the loan coordinators to move forward. Call to action, I would ask the loan originators, please talk to your loan coordinators regularly and make sure you're filling out the loan narrative with all the information that's required. Thank you very much.
What's up, everybody? Vicky Blackie here, all the way from Utah. So today I'm going to share with you how I started a networking group called RE Sisterhood. Now, RE Sisterhood stands for Real Estate Sisterhood. No brainer, huh? Right? Okay, so this group all started. So I had a friend who we both had mutual friends that all did real estate together. And I'm like, why are we not doing business together? So it was going to be like a bunko night or girls' night out. And we tried doing that the first go around, and nobody was really interested because they're like, oh, I got kids. It's family time. And it was just like, it's very inconvenient. So instead of having it over the weekend, we decided, okay, why don't we do it during the day, during work hours, and give this a swing? So the first meet, we had about 4 girls show up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I invited all these people. Where's all these girls at? And so then I decided to open this up to everybody, basically any female in real estate. So we got loan officers, real estate agents, title, insurance, flippers, stagers, basically every woman in real estate come together and collaborate. So basically on the agenda of these, we meet every other week at a pub downtown. And the first 5 to 10 minutes, girls are getting their food, getting their drinks. And then we have an awesome speaker he or she goes on for about 20 minutes. And then afterwards, we have a group activity called Introduce Your Sister. So basically, you find a sister in the room and you introduce them to everybody. So it has to be somebody that you don't know. So that really helps them make, network with each other, get to know each other, and also help with them get over stage fear. So after that's done, we then end with a group challenge. Now, these group challenges are pretty cool to see everybody in action. The first group challenges that we've done was like, okay, who in the room has the oldest listing? And then all the girls, they share a social media post to help get that listing sold. This week, we find 4 sisters in the room, help them boost their algorithm. So these girls are commenting, liking, sharing, just basically engaging on their social media to help boost their algorithms. So what's really awesome to see is every week we have about 60 to 70 attendees of returning girls in real estate that want to come and collaborate together. So if you would like some help in designing, a networking group like this and need some tips and tricks, give me a call because I would love to help you out. Thanks.
Hello, team. Great meeting so far. A couple things I want to have as a call to action. Number one, today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing a USafe training. This is going to be with Brian View, the president of FinLocker. This is a partnership we kicked off earlier this year during Financial Literacy Week. Really, really great partnership that we're in with FinLocker and TransUnion that enables us to provide FinLockers to our consumers that are looking at a longer term customer journey, but also all of our consumers. So it's a place where they can track their credit. It's a place where they can get financial education. It's a place where they can do budgeting and also prepare for their path to homeownership by storing documentation and putting themselves on, more or less a longer term timeline to buy a home. So it's a great partnership. It's a great tool. So we're excited for it. So today at 3 p.m. Eastern time, this is going to replace our normal marketing meeting on a daily marketing meeting, or weekly marketing meeting. So look out for that in Workplace. Next thing I want to talk about is one major call to action across the org is just making sure when it comes to initial loan submissions, adding an IFW, initial fee worksheet, to the submission. This has been a point of contention. Hey, listen, let me make sure that if there's nuance that I'm able to share with my loan coordinator as far as escrows or prepaids or any of these different things, transfer taxes, that I'm sharing an IFW that I've evaluated, that has all the proper information, all the transaction specific fees correctly represented, and share that with your loan coordinator. Give them that ahead of time. Right now, it's like, hey, loan coordinator's coming back, you're reviewing the loan estimate after the fact. If we just share this proactively, we're in a situation where we completely skip a step and we're moving forward quicker. So that's a major call to action today, to go ahead and include that in your submission form. Let's get it right up front. Let's prevent an extra step by being proactive. Next thing I want to talk about, the future of loan origination virtual event. This is going to be on next Thursday, January 19th. This is a live virtual event. I'm going to be co-hosting this with Andrew Cady. We're really, really excited about this. And what we've seen here over the last couple of weeks is in the aftermath of the NXT mortgage acquisition, the Todd joining our company, Breon Price and his team joining our company, and then Andrew Cady and his team joining our company. We've had a whole group of people that didn't know about UMortgage, didn't hear about UMortgage, come to us and say, hey, what is the platform? What's the model? I'm trying to understand, where does this fit? I'm hearing a lot of great things, but I want to understand how it relates to the mortgage ecosystem. So we want to focus on the longer term vision. People get caught up in the now and they stop focusing on where we're going here. We're all about marketplace. We're all about competition. And that's exactly what we're creating, is a centralized marketplace for loan originators to access A marketplace. This is a difference between just being a broker. Broker, you got to figure it all out for yourselves, not very scalable, a lot of limitations, and everything's on your plate. In our world, we have access to all of the lenders. We have fulfillment that standardizes the process and the experience for the client, for the loan originator. So we're delivering a great experience every time, but you can truly focus on what's best for your client. You know, is this DPA program with this lender best? Is the manual underwrite lender of those? You know, I got 5 choices. Who's got the best price? Who's going to deliver the best experience? Like, it's more about the competition. It's the accountability. We talked about value before. We talked about, you know, only the paranoid survive. Well, that's what competition drives, is that accountability. Make sure that, hey, everybody's service standard is high. Everybody's client experience is high. Everybody's pricing is competitive. That's where we're going. In that situation, who wins? The consumer wins, the loan originator wins, and that's who should be winning in this market. So next Thursday, January 19th, live virtual event, The Future of Loan Origination. Andrew Caddy and myself, we're going to be sharing this on social media. Please invite any friends of yours working in retail. Invite any friends of yours that haven't been exposed to our platform yet. It's all going to be about that value proposition. So dominate your day, dominate the rest of the week, and remember, it all starts with you. It's not about what's happening. It's about what you're doing. Every single day, we choose whether we're going to dominate or not. Dominate the rest of your day. Have a great day.